Hello, welcome back to another video on my thoughts on the current comic market. This is the summer of 2016. I'm not sure when I will load this video, but it's summer of 2016, and no doubt, as tough as it is for me to say it, the craze for variant has not abated, not even the slightest. You know, we are entering into a new age of this hobby. I am convinced that this is something that we have never seen before. I heard a lot of old time collectors, and even younger collector than me, talk about the bubble of the 1990s, but I don't think you can equate what happened right now with what happened in the 1990s. Same thing with the stock market. There's bubbles in the stock market, whether it's the late 80s or the internet bubbles of 2000 or the current credit bubbles. Sure, the term bubbles is similar, but other than that, there's not a lot of similarities, whether it's comparing different stock market bubble or comic book bubble, because as crazy as the 90s was, I don't think anyone can argue with me that the current craze on variant covers and from all publishers are worse now, are more well, the word worse is actually not the appropriate word. It's more abundance of variant now than ever in the history of comic books. I went on eBay just out of curiosity's sake and typed in Marvel variant in my search, and there is something like 64,000 different listings. And then if you type in like DC variant, you get something like 15,000 plus listings. So between the two big boys, there are roughly like 80,000 variant right now on eBay for sales. Wow. Even the people that have that was directly involved with the variant foil cover, embossed cover madness of the 90s have to look at what's going on right now and say, what's going on right now crush what happened in the 90s. I love to hear other people's thoughts and opinions about this, because I can't recall the 90s to be like this. I'm not going to use the term I can't recall the 90s is better or worse than this. It's just very different. We are entering a new stage of this hobby where the demand for variant is not abating. Okay, not one bit. If anything, it is heating up. Yes, it is heating up from what I can see and hear. Wow, I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded at the trend I'm seeing in the market. I had an interesting conversation with other collector friends, and I told them I completely cannot understand it, but the market is it is. I'm not the market, okay? When you're talking about this hobby, there is such a vast, diverse. There's a huge diversity in the kind of collectors out there. I am at one opposite end, the end that basically just collect back issues. So I'm like at the complete opposite end. You have people that buy moderns and back issues, okay? Those are in the middle. And then you have people that mostly focus on moderns, okay? So I'm in the opposite end of the people that just focus on modern. So I really, not the audience, not the customer for that market as far as modern variant. So I don't understand it. I'm not saying that the people that understand it or actively involved in buying it is making a mistake or dumb or anything like that. It's not like that at all. I just don't understand it because it's just not something that I actively pursue. If I was actively pursuing buying new books and chasing variant, maybe I would understand the mindset. But since I'm not, I have never been the kind of collector that chase variant, so I don't know, And one of my friend, one of the newer collectors, asked me an interesting question the other day, because he heard me talk and use this term quite often, manufactured collectible. And he's like, "What are you talking about, manufactured collectible?" And I told him, it's a broad term, but he has to understand that many things that was produced and created for consumption for a long time was not viewed as collectible. It's us, the consumer, that determine whether it's nostalgia or other reason that something become collectible. It could be stamps. Stamps was produced with a purpose, okay? And eventually somebody thought collecting stamp was neat, and that become a hobby, of its own. And then eventually countries produce limited print, whether it's our post office producing superheroes or Superman stamps, special collector items, to commemorate the 50th birthday of Superman or whatever it is. That's instant is a manufactured collectible. Okay, it's not something that was produced for daily use. Sure, you can buy a special Superman stamps and use it on an envelope, but that's you know not what most people that bought those stamps would use them for. I'm guessing they buy them for the collectability of them, and manufactured collectible has existed for many things. Even in automobile, they make limited edition iPhone. They produce limited edition gold iPhone. So it's not exclusively to comic books. So when I use the term manufactured collectible, it's not a bad term. It's just that something was created specifically to collect. It was specifically created with limited supplies to spur the demand and supply issues and spur chasing. Okay, it create value. It's manufacture. It's a manufactured demand because they intentionally hype, market it, and then intentionally produce a low number. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what I was trying to explain to a younger friend. I said, it's that's what I meant by manufactured collectible, and no doubt the variants are in that category. They are manufactured collectible. They are produced with the intent to be rarer and create a fever among speculators to hoard it, flip it, you name it. It's, and no doubt in my limited exposure to the modern market, I think we are in a new stage of the hobby. As I mentioned, I have never seen so many variants on a weekly basis monthly basis than what we have seen today. More than I saw say 2 years ago or last year. I mean, just turn on YouTube. Just turn on YouTube and watch all the new hauls. It's hard to watch a new hauls without seeing someone showing a variant. Am I wrong? I'm not saying that it's bad that this person buy a variant, but I'm just saying from my observation that it's almost impossible to turn on and watch a weekly haul of any YouTubers that buy modern comic books and not seeing a variant of some sort in the new pull list, right? So that's is a new, like I said, this hobby has jumped the shark for me as far as what people are buying and collecting. So it's, if I said last year that I don't understand the trend of the market, then I am way in the confusion stage now as far as understanding what is going on with the market. And I'm the last person to predict the gloom and doom of the market. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. The demands are still there. That's why the publishers are giving everybody the fix. So I would say that the bubble is gonna burst anytime soon. I'm not here to predict the death of the hobby. I'm just saying that this hobby has entered into a new phase of mania that I do not understand. This old man is way out of his comfort zone when he looks at when I look at the current comic book market. Okay, so beats me. When I make this video more so to tell everybody that I have no idea what the frack is going on with this hobby as far as modern books. Okay, but that's it. Hopefully this video made some sense in this impossible word to understand, because I don't get it. Not that it's bad or good, I just don't get it.